Hi, I'm Jo, I'm working on Wigs, and this is our workroom. Come in, have a look around. This is our wig room where we work in the daytime getting everything ready for the show. We have a team of 9 of us, so we'll come in and we'll start getting everything ready. We put them into hot rollers and rollers that we set with water, and then that's when we put them in the oven. We work here all day from 10 o'clock in the morning until about 6 o'clock at night getting everything ready, and then it goes on to the actors' heads. Every position has a mirror and some lights, so we use those to make sure that we're getting the correct style so we can see everything correctly. Okay, so I'm head of wigs at Wicked, so we look after the wigs and the makeup and the masks of the show. I've been here for about 1.5 years. In this room we've got Ness and Sarah, so Ness is the deputy, Sarah's one of our deps, so they help us get the maintenance, all the wigs ready for the show. We come in and we set all the wigs into rollers, and then we dress them all out into different designs.
I've just taken the rollers out of the hair now, so I've just curled all of the back. So I've sort of taken each roller and then split the hair in 3. And now I'm just working on the front, so I'm going to wave each section and grip it in. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
We use a lot of different serums and hairspray and what have you. What we find is because we do the wigs every day, we set them and we dress them out, the heat from the rollers can make them quite dry, so we use the list control to knock back the frizz and keep the hair quite healthy. The products that we use on the wig, especially this list control, you can use them on human hair because they're actually designed to be used on a human head. What we do is during a dress rehearsal or a tech period, we'll style everything, get it to how we think it should look, and then we'll put it on their heads, get them on stage, and then we'll go through a process of where the designer will watch and then give us feedback on those items, and then we can change them accordingly to how it will suit that person. Sometimes when we've got somebody ready and you see them underneath the lights and actually in the environment on set, we can change it completely. It might be that they need to have a makeup change, it might not suit their skin tone, or it might not work with their costume, so it's like really important to get them on stage and have everything in a tech environment so we can see it, and it's like, yeah, in the full kind of element. It's nerve-wracking sometimes when you've got everything ready and you're hoping that it's got to the right design and it's going to look perfect on that person, so it can be, but it's really rewarding when you get it right, and the actor's really happy and the creative team are really happy. When we're finished with a wig, when we've got it ready in the wig room, we'll then place it on the shelf ready for tonight, and then we go down to the actors' dressing room and get them ready in their dressing room. Now I'll take you over here. This is where we store all our wigs. So these shelves, we have the principal characters. These are all the Glinda wigs, and we have standbys. We have someone that's in the building every day that's ready to go on in case Glinda goes off sick or injured. Madame Morrible, these are Elphaba, so she's the Green Witch that we paint in the show. Then all of these are the ensemble wigs. We have a big cast here at Wicked. They're all, everybody's got a different style, and we're just in the process of getting them ready for this evening's performance. Over here we have, this is what we call the swing corner, and these are all our swings. It's somebody that's also on standby ready to go on if the ensemble go off sick. So we have a lot of different styles here at Wicked, lots of cages, and yeah, very different forms of wig. All the wigs are real hair, so it's like human hair that we use to style all of these, all these wigs. I started doing theatre I did a part-time Sunday job, so I covered for somebody on Lion King actually, and then from there I got into doing it full-time, but it was more a case of a part-time job that I found, which was luckily through someone that didn't want to do a full-time job anymore, so I just picked up their Sunday shift. My interest in art started in college, so I didn't really love the academic side of things, it was more the creative, and from that I just did a lot of body painting and then found media makeup, which took me into theatre. In theatre we do a lot of body painting, so here we have a Green Witch, which is, we do the chest and the back and the face as well. So it was just something that I did because I didn't really like doing academic subjects. so I moved more into body painting. After school I went and did an art foundation course at a local college. From there I then came to London and did London College Fashion, where they do a lot of different courses with art, and it took me into makeup and prosthetics and hair, which is then how I essentially got into theatre. I'm now going to show you something else where we keep all our masks for the show. So we have a lot of monkeys and antelope masks that we have for the production. This is our storage cupboard. We keep all our masks in. These are how our masks come to us. So this is the original form. They're made out of latex. And then what we do, we then get them and we paint them and we add in this wire, which is their hair. So we have quite a few big scenes where we have a lot of monkeys who are in Wicked. They do look quite frightening, these things. They are quite a part of the show. It's actually for the show that's supposed to make you feel a little bit frightened. Oh, that's a scarecrow. So yes, we have quite a few different types of masks. I'll show you this side as well, because we've got some antelopes. I'll show you this side because we've got some of our Dr. Dillamond masks. Oops. So these are our Dr. Dillamond masks. He's a goat, and here you can see that we have the microphone that goes on inside. So the microphone goes down into their costume and then it comes through the mask. So then they've got the sound on there. These hair pieces that we've got, these are all the same principle as the wigs. They've got the lace, and then it's got lots of holes in the lace, and then we knot the hair. This is actually yak hair, so we use a different type of hair for the masks. It needs to be a little bit coarser. And then we paint all these masks up because they come to us quite plain. The maintenance of these masks, we have to keep an eye on them because sometimes a lot of the paint comes off, so we have to we repaint them, clean them out, because also inside it's quite hot in there when the actor's on. So we like to disinfect all the masks, and then we paint them, and then we also style the hair. So he just lives in there. We have a lot of quick changes. So essentially a wig can be used to change a character, so that's what we'll use, and we sometimes have quick changes that can be 20 to 30 seconds. So it's very much they come off, you take one wig off, then you have to put the next one on, and they have to go straight on stage as somebody else. Some things do go wrong, yeah. We have things that can go wrong. It's, wig slip back, or, we try not for that to happen, but it can. It's a working environment, and you have a lot of things that can go wrong when people are dancing or singing and jumping around. Well, the job is challenging, that's what's good about it. So it's really fast-paced and it's a really fun environment. I'd say the challenges of the job are the hours, because you do have to work a lot of unsociable hours. We sometimes do a maintenance shift, so we come in the mornings from 10 o'clock. So we'll do a maintenance shift where we get everything ready for the show, and then we can be here till 11 at night. So the show goes on. So we do a lot of evenings and weekends. You have to work with a lot of different personalities. So it's good to be able to have a social skill of being able to engage with somebody and work into designs, because we have a lot of, we work to a design here from a creative team. So it's good to be able to adapt to that, so be able to follow different design plans. I love the creation phase of it, so starting from scratch, like doing all the setting, and then we go into the part where we do the dressing out, and then it's putting it onto the actor and working with that person and making them happy and both getting them ready for the stage and then them going on stage. I think you have to be a people person. There's a lot of social skills in one-to-one, and definitely a creative flair or interest in art or art-based subjects, I think.
So this is our wig oven. So once we've set all the wigs and rollers, we put them in here to bake for a few hours. So there's quite a few in here at the moment. We've got this finger wave wig in here, which we have to do all by hand, and it just requires us to gel spray it quite a lot to then hold its shape. So I'm just going to do that now, actually, and then pop it back in the oven. Because it can fall out, so the more gel spray you've got, the better it will hold for the show. We do it, so from scratch, because it gets a lot of product in it during the week, we have to wash it quite often to get all that product out, to put it back in. So it has a wash, and then I tend to leave, well, most of us leave conditioner in it, so it's easier to comb through, and then you just, yeah, comb it all through and then push it into its finger wave, and then we tape it down so it keeps the shape, and then pop it in the oven to cook. So yeah, that usually stays in there all day until the show starts.
And then we'll start getting them ready for this evening's performance. I'll take you now to the hair and makeup room, which is understage, which we use during the show. It's a long way, so if we've forgotten something, we have to always make sure that our preset's correct, because otherwise when you're downstairs and the show's on and then you've got 7 floors to come up, you haven't got time. So we double check everything.
入画人让让
We'll go understage now. Underneath the stage, when we come down, we've also got wardrobe departments. They keep all their costumes down here, and then their hot boxes where they dry all the clothes. So that's wardrobe in there. And then through here is the changing areas. So we have a boys' changing area and the girls' changing area. So this is where everybody gets changed into their costumes. So these are all our costumes for the girls, and the girls come in here and get changed from character to character, and they put all their costumes and their hats on in here. And this room is our wigs and makeup room that we've got understage. This space we use during the show because it's quite close to the stage, so we can come and do quick hair and makeup changes in here. We have lots of things, so we keep all our masks in here. We also keep a lot of makeup in here, so we have emergency makeup in case something was to happen during the show. Occasionally we might have that someone might get injured, so we'll have to swap them over quite quickly. So we have everything prepared, emergency bag. So obviously here we have a Green Witch, so we have to make sure we have all the makeup ready in case one of them was to go off quickly and we have to put the standby on. Sometimes for a quick change we might only have 30 seconds or a minute, so you have to work really fast. So we make sure that when we've got the wigs we pin them in a certain way, in a certain direction, so we can take them off really quickly and get them back on as quick as we can. The environment backstage, it's very dark. We have to work quite quickly, and you have to work really closely with the people, dressers and sound and stage management, so everybody's in the right place at the right time, essentially because people run off really quickly and have to go back on again. Working backstage, it's really fun. There's lots of different people, lots of different personalities. You meet a lot of different people. It's just really, it's very fast, it's quite demanding. So you know, we sometimes work to a schedule, so we have to have things ready at a certain time. So we have half an hour to get people ready into their hair and makeup. We have a wig supervisor and a makeup designer, so we have to work towards the different designs that they do, which is really good. So you have to interact, and it's quite challenging in the way that you have to always, we'll have a picture and then we work towards that to get an end product. I think the character traits of someone to work in this environment is someone quite easygoing but can work with a team. Definitely, like I said before, high social skills and adaptable to different things. Academic qualifications aren't essentially that important. It's more, we're looking for a more creative flair, someone that can work to a design and yeah, loves to draw and does like art subjects. We share the wigs here because we split it between having like a maintenance shift and then a show call. This one can be a bit unruly, so you have to be quite strong with it and force it into place so it doesn't come out. The process is literally you just take the rollers out, split the hair into the kind of width that you want, which is usually 3 sections, and then you just twiddle it around your finger. So that's the last curl. What I always do, I always use the mirror to get the style into place, because we use the mirror as what we would see from the stage. So with this one, I just give her a bit of a shake. The wigs, you do get used to the character that you're going to put them into. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some grips and I make sure that I check them that they're in nice and tight, because you don't want it coming down. And what we do is we use part of the hair to cover the hair grips that we've got in there, because we don't want those on show. This look is for a character that goes into the Shiz University, and every person has a different style. So this one is supposed to be a schoolgirl, and she's supposed to have a bit of movement because she dances around, so we want the hair to move with her. What I do is I just give it a bit of a shake just to make sure it doesn't hit her in the face. So now I just put the wig back on the shelf, and then once we've got all the wigs ready, we then take them off of these blocks, and then we'll take them downstairs to put on for the show. The skills where you learn from the bottom, and essentially you learn all the basic skills and work up to working, and then at some point you then get the opportunity of working towards design and doing the actual designs for the hair and makeup. So it's something that you can move up the ladder into doing design and supervising. The advice I'd give to someone is probably look into art-based subjects, so look into creative side of things and look at different colleges. There's a lot of colleges now that do media makeup or hair and makeup based courses. With the skills that you get in this job, you can definitely move into certain aspects of film. We have to do a lot of hair work here in theatre, so it's a really good basis to move into different areas of TV, film. They really like people that have got strong hair skills. I just think it's really fun, it's fast paced, and it's a really nice environment to work in. Right, it's nearly 4 o'clock now, so the rest of the team are going to come in and get everything ready for the show. So we're going to go and get prepped. So, bye!